Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of our Stocks to Watch series from Global One Media, where we speak with senior leaders of companies across the board to help you, our viewers, make informed and intelligent investment decisions. I am Munir Barazi, your business analyst and host, and today I am pleased to welcome Leonard Van Betuw, the president and CEO of Avila Energy, a producer, explorer, and developer of energy in Canada with impressive ESG credentials. The company aims to become a best-in-class integrated supplier of energy by 2027. Avila Energy is publicly traded on the Canadian Securities Exchange as VIK, on the OTCM as PTRVF, and on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as 6HG0. Hello, Leonard. It's good to have you with us today.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be with you, Munir.
Good morning. So Avila Energy has reached an important milestone by completing all the terms of the settlement agreement with Microturbine Technology, or MTT, and securing the licensed rights for manufacturing, selling, and servicing MTT's EnerTwin in Canada. Could you tell us more about the details of the settlement and the importance of it for Avila Energy?
Well, I think the biggest thing about the settlement was getting both parties in the same room and talking about expectations in terms of timing and transfers of technology and what the expectations of each party was. That was, in essence, the biggest part of the settlement, plus realigning ourselves within the context of the market. It's a very exciting time for the energy sector, and certainly the transition that's underway and the eagerness for everybody to make that transition is becoming more and more evident with every day's news casts. And we needed to make sure that we weren't getting ahead of ourselves in terms of our financial obligations. So as part of the settlement, we agreed to reduce our investment into MTT, which took some of the tension out of the room, and as a result of that, came to a conclusion that allowed us to, earn the license through our investments to date, as announced on June 26th, and carry on with the business with the transition and integrate their manufacturing capacity into our business plan by allowing them to start to sell to us early on while we're going through the CSA and UL approval process. So that's an instrumental part in being able to move our business plan ahead more aggressively and allow MTT some certainty on sales and revenues by allowing them to take up some of our backlog that we anticipate to start to recognize in the fourth quarter of 2023.
Very good. And I imagine a more harmonious relationship is positive for everyone involved. And now that you've finalized this agreement and secured this license, Avila Energy is set to introduce MTT's EnerTwin to the Canadian market. Can you tell us a bit more about this product and how it fits into your overall portfolio and how it will enable you to offer more value to your customers?
Well, as being noticed here in the recent financial announcements from some of the more conventional oil and gas producers, the reality is that commodity prices do peak and they do pull back. And with the integration of the EnerTwin product and our vertical integrated energy model, we feel that we'll be a little bit more isolated as we grow that business from the swings of commodity prices and being able to deliver a more consistent revenue streams and profitability to our shareholders.
Very well. And one of your next steps includes going through the CSA and UL certification process. Can you explain more to our audience about what this process entails and its impact on your production and distribution operations of EnerTwin?
Well, we are a little bit behind in that process, but the process is more one of transferring over the data from the Kiwi certification that's occurred already in Europe. And this is a really well recognized process for a number of appliances and product lines that are earlier developed in Europe. So it is much more of a transfer of data, and make sure that any small changes in the business units to meet our CSA approvals are proven up with the data that's either on file or being provided. So the process is one more of the application, the review, the independent analysis of the data that's being delivered, the handshake that needs to go back and forth in terms of independence between the preparation and review and analysis of the data, and the final certification by the agency here in Canada. So, where we're at with that, it should take, another 9 to 12 months. There's no certainty in this, but the one thing that is certain is there's no more COVID involved. So, people are back to work and eager to move forward with products. And I think the agencies are inclined to want to be more excited about a new product line. And with it also being operating already for 3 years in Europe, that provides a substantial amount of data for them to be able to rely on when they're completing their CSA review and approval.
And it's certainly a good indication of quality in a data-driven approach. And now that you've amicably resolved your issues with MTT, you're moving on to phase 2. Can you give us an overview of this phase, what it involves, and perhaps a timeline, if there's any?
Well, for us, there is the ability to introduce the product line on a limited basis to people that are prepared to provide waivers for CSA approval. So we expect to have a number of units scheduled to be installed on a test basis, and it certainly is not a test in the sense that what it is more of a waiver from those clients. So it'll be a limited number of clients between 10 and 25, as high as 25. And then there's also the outer buildings and industrial market that's available to us in North America right now, where a CSA approval would not be necessarily required. And these people are more inclined to want to have it to just aggressively reduce their operating costs in an industrial setting. So we expect that to allow us to start to build our backlog and start our initial sales as we complete the CSA approval and grow orders for 2024. And we hope to be able to start providing delivery dates by about the first quarter of 2024 for the installation for the balance of the year in 2024.
That is all very promising and worth paying attention to. Can you tell us what all of those major positive updates mean for Avila's shareholders, both current shareholders and those who are still making their decision?
Well, for us, it's going to allow us to start to show our balanced approach to be able to invest in our upstream business, which now is finally being established and being recognized for what it is, along with how we will continue to slowly move through our milestones with the vertically integrated energy business and allow people to gain an appreciation of the levers in terms of our financial capacity. Will be able to be balanced out between the downstream business, the EnerTwin product line, and the direct-to-consumer sales, and the upstream business and how it benefits in terms of it being an insulator from swings in commodity prices that inevitably do occur. We're fortunate in Canada to be, generally speaking, quite isolated from the commodity swings that occur worldwide, but it does hit home here as well. So we hope to be able to. Unfortunately, the agony of commodity swings is going to be where our business model will really start to shine.
Wonderful. And I imagine your business model is becoming more and more resilient given all of those agreements you're forging with key partners and offering more value to customers. Leonard Van Betuw, the CEO and president of Avila Energy, thank you so much for sharing all of those updates with us today. We look forward to sharing more with our audience.
Take care. Good to see you, and hope to see you again in the future.
Hope to see you soon.